development of artificial intelligence is evaluated to be possibly one of the largest technological projects in history. At the same time, the mainstream investment is flowing towards the increased computation capacity, as well as building additional gigawatts of capacity that has the decisive role for the reliable work of the whole growing digital infrastructure. To train the next, even more efficient generative AI systems. I have already mentioned before that during this decade, the consumption of electricity by data centers will more than triple. Along with drastic changes in all spheres, there is an increased number of users of the products based on generative AI. In Russia, an overwhelming majority of young people are widely using neural networks and language models for all types of tasks, in studies, in their professional and daily lives. There is another important thing, is that such models produce gigantic mass of new data, and they become an important tool of dissemination of information, and that means that they're capable of influencing values and worldview of people and to shape mentality of whole states and humanity on the whole. We simply cannot allow to be critically dependent on foreign systems, and for Russia it's a matter of state, technological, and I would say value sovereignty. Therefore, our country should have a comprehensive array of our own technologies and products in generative AI. Primarily, these are national language models, both foundation and small models, for specific sectors. The whole spectrum of such models should be trained and fully controlled by Russian specialists. And I'd like to highlight at all stages, including the testing of the end product. Working on such complex systems should become an important catalyst for strengthening the Russian engineering school in this very important sphere. We should have unique competences across the whole cycle of foundation language models, starting with their training and creation and ending with adaptation for the needs of specific industries. That is the path pursued by the countries who are trying to ensure their leadership and independence, their sovereignty in this sphere. Number two, it's a basic dimension. That's the whole infrastructure for the development and introduction of such national products, meaning electronic components, data processing centers, and computation capacity, coupled with stable power supply. The tasks that I'm talking about right now are difficult and demanding. We are fully aware of that, and we'll solve them in partnership with domestic companies. I'd like to note here that products by Sber and Yandex are ranking among top in the world. And during the upcoming presidential hotline, slated for the end of the year, we'll again use GigaChat. This is a language model by Sber, and it has already proven its efficiency during the analysis and systematization of tremendous mass of calls by the citizens. It bears repeating that it's important not only to simply have the homegrown technologies, it's important to ensure their wide practical application and to ensure mass introduction in industry, in transportation, healthcare, public governance, and other sectors.
Subscribe to Oneindia and never miss an update. Download the Oneindia app now.